Leo.
Hello Leo, a happy new year. It is 2015 and we're looking at your chart here for what's coming up here now this month. And yes, there is major changes coming in, and I feel one of the greatest changes that's starting off here now that's going to mark you over the next couple of years is the shift of Saturn now moving into Sagittarius, which is your sister sign. So this is going to help give you structure, support. It's going to give you the oomph. It's going to give you the maturity to actually now stand up and stand forward to take certain decisions, measurements, and movements as you move forward here to live up and work through those things that have been a little bit burdensome on you here the last couple of years. The Saturn here that has been in Scorpio, well, it has been squaring your sign. So I know a lot of you have been feeling the burdens heavy on your shoulders, having had to lift a lot here in your foundations. But see, now you can start letting that go. And what you're going to do now, as Saturn moves into your fifth house, this new area, you're going to start looking at your needs, what it is you both want, desire, and long for, Leo. And I see how you're going to be focusing on these fifth house elements, which is all about self-expression, creativity, leisure things that you like to do when you have the time to do it. It's also love and romance. So Saturn here is going to help you focus and hone in on expressing these talents and skills that you have. And I feel that that's going to be much more of a happy-go-lucky type of area for you than what it has been trying to secure your security and your foundation. And there's been family situations for some of you. So now that you can close that door, and especially for those of you born very early in the sign, the first few days here of Leo is going to feel this first and foremost. Saturn is like the mentor, the guide, your spirit guide coming in and saying, what is it you want? I'm here to help you. And it's really going to hold and have your back, so you can come to experience an encounter with somebody who's actually going to take you by the hand and say, now, go do it. Go do what you know that you want to do, need to do, desire to do, and I'll be here and I'll have your back. So it's going to be a release, to say the least. And here, that's going to be with you for a couple of years, so you have time to develop this. But Saturn always wants us to master our skills. So that's that area. But here in January, though, you have a little crowd going on in your sixth house. That has to do with your day-to-day routines, has to do with your health, looking into those matters, shoring things up, making sure you're getting the right diets, getting enough workout, but it's also time management. Now, some of you, due to the placement of Saturn here as a reset and all the extra responsibilities on you, you might have felt that your time has been crunched and labored and taxed, and right now you're looking in January, looking at what needs to go, which is good because it's by free choice, right? But it's also looking at what it is you want to hang on to. Where do you want to dedicate your time? I see you nearly like setting up a whole new schedule for yourself. And you're really wise if you do that, because whatever you structure here in January, Leo, this is what you're going to be cruising down the oncoming months with. So make sure that you make room for those things that you love to do. Now, money and love, Venus here this month, it's going to be in this very same area until the 21st. So you've got like the first 3 weeks to look at. If you had the choice to do what you would want to do, what would that be, and how would your schedule look? Okay, so the way to set the schedule is go by the heart. Go by what you believe in. Go by what you cherish. Go by what you desire, and go by those goals that you've had for a time, but haven't been able to actually fulfill. Allow those now to shine, because this Venus is in Capricorn, which has everything to do with your long-term goals, right? So you have that working for you as well. Now Mars you have in the area of partnerships until January 12th. And so wherever you're putting your energy now out to a specific partner, which could be your husband, or somebody you work with, a close one-on-one, any partnership, I feel it's time for you now. And December was all about that, because there's been a little stress here, to take that and actually ask yourself how you can reinvent it. How can you direct it? Don't feel like you're being sucked, off with that tsunami. Know that you are in the driver's seat, taking your own directions right now, as far as what you're willing to do, willing to give, and figure out what you're not willing to give or do no longer, if it has been taxing too much on you. This is a great time to express yourself to this group or this dynamic significant other. Then Mars is going to move from this area into your shared resources. You will come to see how that's going to be activating those things that are important to you also spiritually. We're not just talking money here, which it could be, but I feel it's so much more the emotional values, because it's moving into Pisces, that sensitive side of yourself, that inner psychic self of you, which the 8th house is. And for you to kind of absorb the creativity that your spirit holds, that's a resource. It's wanting to reconnect with this source. So look at what it brings up for you, and we'll go through some dates here where Mars is going to be very activated in this area, just to see what doors that can open. Venus is going to be here in your 6th house for organizing your day-to-day until the 21st. So make sure that you get all that done. And then Venus is going to take over where what Mars has been, the 7th house. So you can come to see it's going to be very pleasant from the 21st onwards when it comes to love and romance and sharing a good quality time with your partner. And also working more harmoniously with those you work with very closely, one-on-one. A little bit more, should I say, on the upbeat of joy, rather than feeling it's just obligations, which the 6th house can definitely be. So when we bring joy into the picture, we kind of lift and rise and liberate and free ourselves, right? So let's just talk a little bit about the retrograde of Jupiter before we get on with the calendar. Jupiter is still in your 1st house, and it's still wanting to expand this area of yourself, of being the lioness or the lion. But now it's retrograde, will be, here from December 9th, 2014 to April 9th here in 2015. So even when it's retrograde, Jupiter is still a very expansive planet that wants to widen our horizons, but now it's kind of taking a little bit loop back, where you can ask yourself, where did I take this energy from summer of 2014, when it entered into this 1st house and you were expanding? Where did it take you? And where do you want it to go? So right now it's giving you a reflection time. Did it take you the direction you wanted or not? And if it didn't do, this is the time to redo those things, so you can set yourself up, set yourself straight, so that by the time of April 9th, when Jupiter moves directly again, that you can make sure that you've made these adjustments, which is a part of your daily schedule here in January. To set that up, like I said, you don't have another chance for a whole year to do this. If you get January right, by the time we get to April, you will see that Jupiter will be expanding the sense of self in a new way, new direction, because you've readjusted those things. That doesn't work. You're going to be wiping that away, but inviting in more. And what is that more that you need? That got to go back, look at that Saturn we talked about. Saturn right now is putting your focus right there on self-expression. It's the 5th house, the house you rule. So actually, everything is now aligning, realigning, adjusting, so that you can get more of your own inner essence up and out, okay? So if you're working in any creative ventures, for example, that's the 5th house. If you are an artist, you want to bring that out. If you are a writer, for example, well, this would be really the time to start on those kind of projects. Sagittarius here in your 5th house is all about expanding your mind, broadening your scope. It's all about truth, what works, and of course what doesn't work. And Saturn's here to help you master the skill of your arts, whatever that may be. So you're going to come to love the 2 years that Saturn moves through here, because it's going to be about you and how you build, structure, restructure, master yourself. So between having Saturn here and Jupiter in the 1st, it's all good, you know, and Saturn in Sagittarius is a sister sign to you, Leo. So I think you're going to love it. Now we have the full moon on January 4th. So this is going to be illuminating your 12th house for your spiritual self, you know, to nurture yourself. You know, take a few days off, go to the spa, forget about everything for just a little bit, because sometimes spirit really needs to be listened to on the inside, not just be expressed all the time, but to really soak within and be quiet. This is what the full moon's message for you will be about on January 4th, and not just to last for that day or two of the full moon. It's actually helping you get in touch with that feeling that you get and say, I want more of this as I move along, you know, so that you can bring it back up in your mind and into your consciousness, and try to make a little bit more space for that sacred, not solitude, but quietude. So it's when we listen within that we download new ideas and inspirations, right? So there's gifts there. Yeah, well, okay, let's look at January 1st. There is a major, I feel, decision for you. It's between Mars, the 7th house here, and Jupiter, which is your 1st house. So it's more like, what do you want for you, Leo? And what do you think your partner wants from you? Whether that partner is you or group or what it will be, the 7th and the 1st house. It's more finding the balance of not expanding too rapidly in a direction that's taking from you. Because think about Jupiter, how huge and vast that is, right? Mars is wanting to kick into action, new direction. Well, you will know a little bit more just in the coming days. So if you don't have to make an agreement or sign anything here on the 1st, just wait, because you'll come to see how January is going to unfold and open up, help you find the right grounding for this important decision. January 4th, already you will come to see how Venus here is putting something on the map here with Saturn, which is the new energy now, creatively, you know, for your own creativity. Is going to highlight something which is going to feel so good, so natural, that I see you taking some action here and feeling a liberation from, because this very same Venus being what you love and desire, right? And what you place your value on, is liberating here with some news on January 13th. That Uranus, which is liberating, it's coming from the 9th house area, so perhaps something that you're studying or wanting to study, deepening some insight into it. Might be a trip or a journey coming about that you will know of if you're not taking right away. But I feel that now, on the 13th, together with what happened last week on the 4th, January 4th, these two together, they're kind of like both slowing down, but also speeding up. Slowing down the old as you're speeding up with the new. So there's a transition here. And the more aware you are, and if you are conscious of it, you can really start seeing that here you're going to turn the corner that's necessary, and that's coming up on the 15th. Now, the 15th, we have Mars in your 8th, and it's squaring off on Saturn. Now, that's newly placed into this new area. So I feel that little roadblock is there for a reason. Don't see it as a delay. Do not see it as a setback. Though initially it could be felt like that, because Mars wants to push forward, right? Quickly. It's always like fire, it wants to burn. And Saturn is like, hold on a second. So when you encounter this around the 15th, it's more like Saturn saying, are you sure you want to go that direction? And if so, why? You know, and it's more like, be careful what you ask for because you might get it. It's like rubbing, you know, the lamp and the genie gives you, you know, a wish. Don't be too quick to take that wish because you might get it. There might be something underlying deeper, more important that you could ask for. That little slowdown. It's only for a period of a few days because right behind it, Venus is also going to go into that opposition with Jupiter that you had on the 1st. You know, where you felt you had to make a decision. Well, now, Venus is asking the same thing here with Jupiter that Mars did. And so for a reason, we don't want to move too quickly because everything feels like it wants to rush. But these little, I won't even call them setbacks, nor would I call them delays. I would call them little bursts of awarenesses coming in because now is the time you can make that adjustment. How much do you really want this, or do you want to go here? Because it can go two ways. It's an opposition, right? You will know by the 20th, and then I feel that you will feel quite relieved with that inner working that you have done. Mars is now conjunct Neptune, which is aligning you with your hopes and dreams, your wishes, your inspiration, in fact, as well. Plus, here on the 21st, so within that all 24-hour span, Venus is moving into Pisces. And when Mars is with Neptune, which rules Pisces, and Venus is moving into Pisces, we can say that now the energies are aligning you with spirit, that you're going to feel at one with your conviction, at one with your choices. You're going to feel that much more, should I say, at peace, at balance, at one with yourself. So the rest of the month is actually more now green lights, okay? You have the 23rd, where the Sun and Saturn are going to sextile and cooperate, and cooperate with you. The Sun here, at this point now in Pisces, it's just moving into Pisces here, and it is lining up with that Saturn. And so here you're going to have a feeling of that things now are looking into, moving into Aquarius, not Pisces. The Sun moving into Aquarius and aligning here with Saturn. So there's this green light for you to say, okay, you have now chosen what it is you want to do. Here's your pass. Here's the key opening the gate. Now you can go in and you'll have all the support from Saturn working with you. It's going to feel extremely liberating this whole week between the 23rd and the 28th as Mercury too. Communication is coming in with some news that's going to open up these doors for you, and you will come to see by the end of the month, there on the 30th, that you are on the path that you want to be, need to be, and actually now feeling the sense of transformation and bringing things not just through, but towards these higher goals of yours. So it's really a transformative month. It's taking you out of all of yesteryear, all the touch and goes, delays. There was delays and setbacks. 2014 was a difficult year for so many. And so this, I feel, this month is actually you turning the corner, you know, and this is going to bring us into February, which is going to be quite different, exciting. Next month is going to be very much so a relationship month, and we'll talk more about that and how that may work out for you. But right now it's all about setting things straight with your schedules. I can't stipulate that enough. You've got a whole crowd, plus the new moon in this area here, Leo. So do what you can do in January. You know, it may not start happening before a month or two, but you got to get it clear here now so that it is set in stone for you. That's the new moon. That's coming in on January 20th. So you want to put down your intentions that day regarding this is how you want 2015 to look like, and you will have that support with you. So listen, Leo, this was your forecast for January. Go listen to your partner's chart so you can see where his or her Saturn is going to do the magic trick turnaround for them. And it's good for you to be a little empowered knowing where their major change in focus is going to come, so you can easier recognize it now that it's starting to take on a little shape and form, right? And I'll see you next month. Listen to your moon and your rising sign, and have a good one. Bye now.